this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes. And you
I say I'm going to be patient, but one thing to say it and it's another thing to do it. The slate is clean. 70.3 and Ironman are different. I'm actually not coming off 3 wins at Ironman, so I view it as a completely different thing. That way my mind is free of expectations and free of pressure. And as far as being the defending champ, I've erased that from my mind as well. That doesn't mean anything to me. I don't view myself as the favorite for this race, so I'm going in as an underdog in my mind. After Ironman Arizona, right, a big faltering step last year. I have room to grow in Ironman. It's still a development stage for me in the full distance, and so therefore I'm not going into a full distance race like, oh, I need to win or I need to crush it. Like, I'm really just looking forward to have a step forward in the right direction. And I realize my fat burning is awful, right? And so I think I was looking at Ironmans like, I'll be as strong as whatever my strengths are, but in an Ironman you're only as strong as your weakest link, as your weakest physiological component, and that's my fat burning. And so I was just burning way too much carbs, and I was running out of glycogen by the end of the bike, if not by a few miles into the run. And so I've kind of revamped that and revamped my training and revamped my process to be more efficient at that. And so I went to the lab to confirm that, and I've gotten the results, and things are looking good. Or yeah, they're at least looking much, much better than it was. I want to be good at the things that are difficult to me, right? I should just say, oh, I'm only going to pursue 70.3 and focus on that because I know I'm consistent. I line up on an Ironman start list and I don't know how it's going to go. Like, none of these last 3 70.3s, like, I haven't been scared on the start line. But like this one, I'm scared of the distance. I have respect for the day that's going to unfold. That's kind of respect that scares me too, but yeah.
No, I'm actually just really excited to be here. I love this race, and I don't know. Weather's supposed to be perfect. I know I'm going to be chasing Haley all day. Goal would be to kind of catch her, and yeah, we'll see how everything finishes. But honestly, because it's a lot like Penticton. It's a beautiful, beautiful venue. The course itself reminds me a lot of home. The volunteers here have always been amazing, and volunteers and spectators on the run course for me like make or break a course. That's where you need everybody the most, and I've always had a really good experience here. The course and the venue itself is really what brought me back here. And it's only a 5-hour drive from home, so that's a bonus.
Is this race about winning to you, or is this race about going to Kona?
Well, they kind of go hand in hand. That's a really loaded question. People ask that all the time, and I'm like, well, honestly, the goal is to always win, and if you win, you go to Kona. So, I don't know. They both be the goal, for sure. At this point in my career, a win would mean more than a Kona spot. I really, really, really want that. If that's going to happen on Sunday, I don't know. It's going to 100% come down to the run. It almost always does. All I can do is just have the best day I can. My training's been going really well. Can't change anything up to this point. So yeah, going for it, but I always go for it. So we'll see what happens, right?
Do you believe in yourself to win this race?
Yes, I do. 100%. I do. And you definitely got to think like that for sure. I'm not one to toot my own horn whatsoever. I try to be really modest. I have a really hard time talking good things about myself, but yes, I do believe in myself. I believe in my ability to do the best I can on race day, and just really hope that that's going to bring me the win. I'm prepared to gut out anything and everything I need to do to get to that top spot, and I just really hope that Sunday's the day.
I don't know what you're like in the hills.
I don't either.
First year pro, what else do you have going on in your life?
This is definitely not my main focus. I'm a medical student at Ohio State. I've started on what's called a research year, where I'm spending a full year focused on head and neck cancer research. So in particular, what that means is we use 3D printed models of people's heads to create a tangible 3D model of their jaw or their hip or wherever it is that they have a cancer. And then we give that to the surgeon so that they can use that to plan before they go into the operating room or during the surgery, make sure that they're getting the full tumor out and everything. So that's what I'm doing for this year. I'm super excited about it. So that's the main thing that takes up the majority of my time. And then I fit in triathlon training and racing whenever I can.
Who are you most excited to race against?
I'm most excited to race against everyone. I mean, I'm still super new, and any opportunity I think race any pro is very exciting to me, especially if it means they can push me. I mean, obviously Sam Long as the biggest name coming into the race is one that I'm definitely looking at and excited to kind of race because we have very different strengths and weaknesses. I think it will just make for a very interesting race regardless of what happens. I kind of have had the mentality of I want to focus on the things that I can focus on, and then whatever result comes out of that is the result that comes out of it. And so if that's a win, that would obviously be phenomenal and really cool. But that's not really the main focus. The focus is to execute the things that I can execute and control the things that I can control. And if that happens, and if that means that I get dead last, but I still controlled everything that I could control, then that's the best result that we got for the day, and you have to be happy with that.
If I won this race, I think it would be the cherry on top of a career I'm already so proud of. I do think there's a little bit of pressure being the #1 seed, but I also know that pressure is one, a privilege. I've won the half here in Coeur d'Alene twice, in 2017 and 2018, and both of those were just pivotal moments in my athletic career. And now I actually think it might be more of even a pivotal moment in my life, just getting these opportunities that I never expected to still be racing at such a high level and to still be so competitive and still be enjoying it so much. And I would be so proud of myself. I also really want a Kona slot, which is a little bit different for me. I didn't ever feel like I had unfinished business in Kona, but with it being the all women's Kona this year, I want to be there really bad. And so I just am going to be reminding myself that it's worth it and I need to fight for that. And hopefully I do come away with a Kona slot. And if it's a win too, then that's even better.
Is it true that one of the reasons why you wanted to become a pro is because you wanted to be the first wave to go off?
Do you know what? That's actually 100% the truth. When I did my first pro race with Xana was like, dude, they give you free entries. You can race for free if you're professional. But I just wanted to be in the elite wave because it was so bloody hot. Starting at an 8:30 wave, I wanted to start at 7, and being able to race the cooler day. But I had initially planned to do Ironman Texas. Nice is in September this year, so it's just a little early qualification period to get into Worlds. I don't have a slot yet, so this is that opportunity to get a Nice slot, race well. It's a good payday. There's some good talent here, so it's a lot of boxes to tick. Racing Boulder 2 weeks ago, and just pretty much chilled out since then, hanging with the family.
Speaking of family, some happy news just happened, 2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 days ago, June 21st, baby Levi Ray Leiferman was born. It gives me definitely more of an incentive to race well. Yeah, it's a little fire in the belly. It is kind of weird that I took off a day after she was born, but she's got a whole life ahead of her, and this is what I do. And so I had to come and get the race in and get the work done.
Trying to win this race or getting a Kona slot?
Oh, getting a Kona slot would be amazing.
So tell me, what is your background?
I'm actually a doctor. I'm board certified in internal medicine and nephrology. My focus, and I'm doing more telemedicine now, so my schedule is a lot more flexible. So I work with veterans and things like that. Finding the time to fit in, maybe I'll train for a few hours in the morning, then I'll see a few patients for a few hours, and I'll go train again. But I have that flexibility where I can kind of fit things around my schedule. you know, with a lot of my patients, it's all about, you know, health and fitness and more preventative medicine and things like that, and preventing chronic disease rather than treating everything. So I can take what I do in triathlon and what I do. I have a, you know, a dietetics background, nutrition background as well. So what I can do with that, with triathlon, and kind of integrate that into medicine as well. I'm not sure, you know, really where I stack up with the pro fields at this point. So I would love to finish even in, you know, the top, you know, 8 or so. But getting a Kona slot would be a dream.
Every time I reflect back on what went well, what did I do great, a lot of my memories come from this place. So it's just really great to be back here. Yeah, I mean, definitely this has been a race that's been pretty much the focal point of my last year or so. Been a goal of mine to win an Ironman pretty much my whole life, and I've been on the podium and I've been really close. We saw last year in Lake Placid, got really close, and won my 70.3 in Oregon last year, and so I feel like things are coming together. And then just had a pretty significant, probably my career worst injury in January, and so that was definitely a big bump in the road, but forced me to really focus on getting better in every facet of my game. And I'm just working on trying to still stay true to my North Star, and that's this race here. And so it's been 2 years coming, but I'm looking forward to a big battle with the guys out there. You know, I came here sort of on a whim in 2021. It just sort of like randomly popped on my schedule that year, and then that race in 2021 was just formative for me on many levels. It opened up my eyes to what I could do at this distance. After that race in 2021, I don't know, I always wanted to come back here and win this race. It's going to be a big day, and just I feel ready for it. I feel good, and just going to give it what I got.